8:11. I'm in Peru. I start my retreat tomorrow. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, what is going on here? This trip has just already been so magical. Like, it's insane. I've basically not slept, but I don't even notice it. Everything went to plan, but the thing was that my plan was to arrive into Lima at like 9 o'clock at night, and then my next flight to Cusco was at 5 in the morning. I decided this was gonna be like the exploratory time of my life when I sleep in the airport, because I've never actually done that. When I got there, I realized that was just like not gonna happen. I mean, the airport was super safe, and like I felt comfortable just sitting outside of security, and that was fine. But it was bustling, like it was freaking popping. I was like, okay, this is not really my energy right now. Yeah, that was out. I did embarrassingly hang out in the chapel for a while just because it was like quiet. Because I was like, I have 8 hours. Like, I don't want to go to a hotel. This is big. This is big hack. This is big hack if you're not trying to leave the airport, but you also don't want to pay for a hotel. I snooped, and there was this skyway like bridge thing. I was like, okay, well, they won't stop me maybe if I just look confident. And on my way there, I saw a sign for a spa that was 24 hours. And I was like, I mean, I can always use a spa. I'm not supposed to have massages right now because I'm on a retreat, but I could do other things. So I'd cross the sky bridge. I get to the reception desk there, and I just ask, where's the spa or whatever? And they point me downstairs. And I get there, and they have like the perfect deal. You can choose a couple different hour options, and you basically get this little nap pod. And if you stay for more than an hour, you get access to their wet sauna, their dry sauna, and their pool, and their showers. So I was like, okay, perfect. After traveling for 10 hours, I can take a shower, I can steam, I can do a hot sauna, I can do a whole little ritual for myself, and then sleep, and then get on a plane and feel like a new woman. And that's what I did. That was just a beautiful like coincidence of my intuition, my willingness to be a little more adventurous than I generally would and not have a plan, which is extremely so hard for me. That was like so magic. And then, so I get into Cusco at 6 in the morning, and I intentionally booked this one hotel because it said that they had 24-hour airport shuttle and they arranged it for you. Getting off a plane, all the like cabbies and everybody. That's the one thing I refuse to like leave up to my intuition because it's just such an activating environment. It's just frenetic energy and I can't make decisions in it. And the cab was like there after I got off the plane. I show up at my B&B, and I mean it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm checking in with the lady, and she's like, well, we're just gonna let you have a free breakfast. They're cleaning your room right now, but it should be done in like 30 minutes. And I was like, what? You mean I get to have a room and breakfast all day, and then through the night that I've actually paid for? Like, that's insane. She was so sweet and nice. And then I checked in, and like my room is like gorgeous. I still just like cannot get over the view. Like, what the heck? I just wake up to this every morning. Well, not every morning. Like, it has a balcony. It's like facing the mountains. It has like this deep tub, and I'm like, what the, like, how did this occur? I remember I literally picked this place for the airport taxi. Like, I had no idea it was gonna be this nice. I'm like 25 minute walk, 5-minute taxi outside of Cusco, but it's like, it's been so nice because it's like so quiet. I mean, it's relatively quiet. Oh good, the sounds of Cusco are starting. There's a lot of chickens and there's a lot of dogs, so it's great. But, and like the view is just freaking insane. Like, I love it. I don't want to leave. It's a problem because I need to go. So I like eat breakfast. You know, all I really want is like kind of do a little loop of the sites, whatever. And the next time I go down to reception, she immediately pulls out a map and is like walking me through things. Maybe that's just good hospitality, but it did just feel like everything had this just immediacy of like need met, and it's just, it felt so welcoming, like being traveling alone as a woman in South America. There's so many ways that this could go wrong, but really just leaning into it going right. I've just been so pleasantly surprised by that. Oh my god, I had this whole thing too with my luggage where I was like, I have a perfectly small carry-on, like it should be able to fit, but I was in like the last boarding group, and dude, the universe was looking out because I was the last boarding group, but like somehow so many people on my flight decided to gate check their bags. Like this whole team of like Navy service people, basically none of them had carry-ons. Like, dude, it was so divine. Like it all just happened, and I let it happen, but I was also committed to like asking for it to happen and in the gratitude of it having occurred. Another example, she was like describing, they have this Cristo Blanco or Blanco Cristo, whatever, big statue on the top of the mountain, like a big Jesus with his arms extending, kind of like Rio. She was like, yeah, it's like a mile walk up, you know, you probably just like look at it, like, okay, but I kind of do want to go there. And like through my just like wanderings through town and like picking my own route, I just like happened upon it, and everyone kept insisting I should go down this like main street thing, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I could do that, but I kind of just like how this one road looks. And I ended up taking that, not using maps, just felt so good and so natural. Some streets, and I was like, okay, I should probably just ask for directions. But that all added up into like an amazing morning. And then even on my way back down the hill, I just like happened upon the freaking quaintest ass cafe ever. Amazing views of the valley and the mountains. And yeah, it was such a magical lunch, and it was so tasty. And then, winding my way, not going the way I'm supposed to, I just found this like amazing boutique that just, it felt so rich in my soul, and I like was obsessed with so many things they had there. But I was like, okay, no, you have to like meet up with this woman from the retreat that you said you were gonna meet up with. Like, we'll come back. And I did go back, and I'm still in this moment thinking about going back again because I ended up getting one sweater, but there's like this amazing corduroy little slouchy, it's in my favorite yellow cardigan thing. Like, it's amazing. It's so chic and modern, but also feels like so full of spirit. And it was magical too, because the man who was working when I got in there, or the person, was like knitting and like wearing this sweater that was just like this open knit. That was so beautiful. And then, like, when I had been thinking about going back and I was walking through the square, he just like appeared. I like saw him in the street, and I was like, it's you. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you can't be closed. And he's like, no, we're not closed, like I'm just off shift. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then I just like rushed over there to get my new sweater, and then I just like wended my way through town. I was trying to meet up with one of these other women who's doing a retreat with me. I've seen her like one picture on WhatsApp, like, ever. I haven't turned on any sort of like cellular data or anything. I've just been like hopping from Wi-Fi spot to Wi-Fi spot. That's like, there's no way this is going to work out, but like, whatever, we'll just see. And I just like saw her in the square. I was like, oh, it's you. So that was pretty amazing. Hung out for a while, and then I was really conflicted. I was like, should I get dinner? Maybe I'll just eat at my hotel. I don't really want to figure out how to get back in the dark. I'm so screwed because I had taken such a circuitous route down. I was like, I don't really know how to get back to my hotel. Like, I know it's up this way somewhat, but the streets really do start to curve. But I also wanted to have a really yummy, like, grounding, like, plant-based meal. I happened to just see in my map early in the day this place called Organika, which is like this farm to table, beautiful concept restaurant. And as I'm like leaving the Plaza de Armas, I'm like, okay, I'm either gonna walk home or I'm gonna like run into Organika. And it just like suddenly appears from this one plaza. It was super empty. I like got this seat on this like cute, the restaurants around here have these like cute little balcony things. And I got to sit in it and had like the perfect view of this courtyard. Oh my God, another thing, like, I've been calling in like love and partnership and strong masculine presence. And like, damn, there's so many like hot men that I just keep like being in the presence of. And there were like these two guys at the cafe, and they happened to sit down next to me, and we like struck up this whole conversation, which honestly, okay, maybe taking a step back, like, none of these things are shocking for like maybe a normal human being, but they're all so huge for me as like mostly an introvert who's very like rigid, likes a plan, likes to know exactly what's gonna go on, to have everything planned down to the minute. I think this trip is just such a testament to intuition and like a balance between surrender and devotion, like devotion in having this strength, having this like clear intention, being able to return to your intention. It's the once you've gotten unsettled, once you've had something unexpected, and still being able to say, remember, this is what's real, like this is what you want, this is what you're going for, like just return to that. And then surrender being, okay, well, I'm in it, but I won't hold too tightly to this. And yeah, there's been so many times when I've had to balance that too. I can't wait to see what the next couple of days have to hold, but I'm also like very scared. I also have this dream and I can't remember like quite what happened, except that at the very end, I like couldn't lock the doors to my car, and that just freaked me out. And I was like, okay, dude, like this does not matter that much. But I woke up like in a panic. Like my heart was racing. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It really just made me feel like the next couple of days I'm like what's coming? Like if I can just put myself in such a state about like a very small thing in a dream, like oh boy, here we go. But yeah, let's just see.